Hi, this is Pastor Dan. How are you doing? You know, there's a question that I've heard a lot of people ask. Why is it that pastors don't take stands? Why is it that Christians seem to be wishy-washy? Why are we allowing the world's opinion to drive us underground? Why is it that we're afraid of the world? Well, the scripture says that the righteous are as bold as a lion. And I look at this picture I put here with you as, we got our big brother, the Lion of Judah, Jesus, and we're learning to walk. And, that cub doesn't look like it's afraid of anything, does it? We're as bold as a lion because we have the Lion of Judah with us. But righteousness gives us that kind of strength, that kind of authority, that kind of power, that as we walk rightly with our God, we're as bold as lions. So I want you to take a look at the verse we took this from. Proverbs 28:1. The wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are bold as a lion. Proverbs 28:1. So there's a contrast that when our life doesn't align with God, when there's deviation in our spirit, in our life, we're afraid even when there's no reason to be afraid. And just a shadow of death scares us. Just the whisper from somebody saying that we're not compassionate or that we're this or we're that. And we run in a tizzy when we don't have a righteousness within us. And God warned Israel back in Leviticus. He promised them all this covenant blessings. And then he says, however, if you don't listen to me or obey all these commands, and if you shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhors my judgment, so that you will not do all of my commandments, but you will break my covenant, I will punish you. I'll bring sudden terror upon you, wasting disease, burning fevers that will cause your eyes to fail and your life to ebb away. You'll plant your crops in vain because your enemies will eat them. And I will set my face against you, and you shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth thee. Right now, America, we're about to have the enemy rule over us, reign over our lives, because there's not a lot of righteousness to be found. There's not enough boldness to go against the satanic, demonic narratives that are going on. And so as we violate commandments, as we break covenants, who walk lockstep and vote for evil, and we mouth and mimic, and we try to placate and be friends with the world, God says you're breaking covenant. And I'll tell you what, this is what's going to happen. And there's a whole lot more that goes on in Leviticus. If you read the whole thing, it just compounds until you're finally scattered and taken away, which did happen to Israel. Unrighteousness weakens us. We give up our integrity and our strength. Just like Samson, who gave up his covenant with God. He was as weak as anybody. And so we don't have that internal in our being to be able to be bold as lions. To walk righteously gives us that boldness. He has shown the old man what is good, what the Lord doth require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Hey, check that out. And make that your life. Let the Lord be your strength, so you don't have to live in terror, or flee, or run from the world or anyone. You can walk just as bold as that little cub, just as bold as that little kid with his big dad. I encourage you, make sure everything is right in your relationship with God and others. Lord's blessings to you. Be bold.